No, Joey.
That's
Julian.
Julian. All right. Nothing
He
too
was
crazy.
still up on the board.
Nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy on the drafts. I'm thinking though, this might be a
You know what, Joseph? I think it was a
Welcome
good
to
idea
Mobile
for Nick not to ban that
Legends.
Bane.
Do you actually believe that?
No, I am just.
Because it's MP the King?
Yeah, I'm projecting. All right, I wanted to see the Bane, and I'm pretty sure MP the King was thinking the same because that's just what Benny does.
That's just, yeah.
That's just how it is.
He needs a shirt.
He's merch.
He is merch.
All right, here we go. Game 2 already commencing. Normal rotations, movements from our junglers. Let's talk about the lane-to-lane matchup. Again, I'm going to stand by it, man. Bruno's still one of the better duelists in the gold lane.
Yeah. Like, if you could talk about, like, his damage profile in terms of the other gold laners, he's probably, like, the most, if you could say, pound-for-pound duelist, heavy hitter gold laner that there is, because yeah, it's almost like point-and-click damage, you know, for the most part. Like,
maybe only second to the Raj.
Yeah.
But Roger has mobility.
I was going to say, you got to be a little more fancy with Roger. Like, Bruno's literally like, charge up, auto attack.
Just pure glass cannon. XP lane wise, Edith versus Phoveus. We're gonna see this more often as the season goes through, especially since we've proven now that Phoveus isn't a flavor of the week. He's definitely here to stay.
Yeah, and for good measure, because of the fact that again, you're such a nuisance to the enemy team that's going against the Phoveus, and especially with the Vengeance and the Brave Smite combination that you see, you're just flying in the air, tanking up a lot of hits, and that allows you always for your roamer to focus on what they need to do. They need to get those set potentials off, the implosion, but I think even in that case, like Haji has to work against Netherrealm like we talked about, but also the 2 Purifies. You know, like this is also something where that set potential that Blacklist International has can be stopped in its tracks. Sanji, though, real quick, taking up a kill early on, first blood in the hands, and that looks like that's just going to be an objective too.
There was way too many units there early on to amplify the Ghost Bursters. I don't think Exor was expecting that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. There's just very quick damage, and what a time to go down too, or even get the first blood if you're TLPH into the objective.
We see here mid, let's talk about that. Again, Exort was rotating up and was caught out under crossfire, giving Sanji first blood. And this is what we can expect. That the fact that mid lane isn't really much, right, between a Faramis and a Zask, action's going to happen in the side lanes.
They're going to go for those rotates. You can see already the thing that TLPH really likes to do is, of course, play around their trio here, the mid lane trio setup. JP and Sanji both making their way here bottom side, trying to put some pressure possibly on Oheb. They're just going to plant themselves here, allow Betty Q to get a couple shots on the turret, get some extra gold. But it's going to be stopped. Blacklist International knows it as well.
All right. Looking at where the gold has gone, look at that. Massive lead for Carl TZ, about 4,000 gold, 400 gold, 300 on Sanji, and 300 on Sanford as well. What's going on?
I think they're just slowly, you know, like it's those little wins.
The leads are well spread out.
Yeah, the little wins that they're able to find, a little extra gold on the turrets. Again, they got that first blood earlier, and then the turtle, like all unanswered, basically, from Blacklist. So,
all for free.
Yeah, if you're looking at this, you're wondering, you know, for Blacklist, it's a little bit slower start. I know we did say, hey, let them cook for a little bit, you know, but at this point, they don't want the second turtle to go that way. So I think either for Blacklist, you potentially find a pickoff before, or you just go full force and fight. And it might be better with the lineup that they have to just fight for that turtle, get the set they're looking for from Hog.
We'll see now, 10 seconds before the turtle comes through. Sanford picks up his Thunderbelt, so he's going to want to start hitting people to get stacks. And yeah, I don't think Blacklist wants to get it for free.
He's going to go in with a flicker, actually. There's the implosion we were talking about. They get the Netherrealm out. Exort's already down, though. Carl TZ bobbing and weaving out of there. He's going to be fine. Haji will get punished. Once again, Sanford outside of the Primal Wrath form finds Lord JM. Carl TZ possibly looking for MP. He gets dragged back with a Stampede and falls as well. 4 kills here for TLPH plus this turtle.
The river runs red with Blacklist blood. I didn't expect for Blacklist to actually lean hard into this contest. I mean, it's one thing, Joseph, to say they're not giving it for free, but another to say, you know what, we're taking this fight. prior to that whole engagement, prior to that sequence, I was looking at Blacklist lineup and saying, the only real hero that's ready to fight here is the Julian. Everyone else needs some level of items for them to be able to say, all right, we're going to contest. And that led Team Liquid PH to just zoom in past Blacklist in gold. 4,000, 5,000 now, 5 minutes in.
That's a massive snowball. I know.
Colossal.
You know, when people ask, what is a snowball? Because I know some people have asked this is a snowball. Like, this is playing off the advantage, the momentum that you build, and it just continues to go down the hill. You can see this once again. TLPH knows they have that advantage. You're going to press it here on the gold lane once again, fighting under the tier 2. Turret's going to go down. They have the Nether Realm available. Completely fine. Won't be able to get any pickoffs, but they're happy with the objective. Is there going to be a counter punch here from Blacklist?
Oh no!
They center it down here on the backside.
From the flank.
Forcing them in, and they go in, trying to get Sanji. Sanji's burning, but he's going to be fine. They don't find anything off the exchange.
And all this while, look at Carl, just working on the turret. I think Team Liquid PH got away with a lot by forcing that push on bottom and then giving nothing over to Black. Again, they had the Nether Realm, so that kept them top, and oh! Sanji with the ultimate form of respect.
Yeah.
Just showing your opponent that, hey, I'm here. What are you going to do about it? Blacklist just need to farm. I think that's number one. They need to farm, and they can't play the way Team Liquid played in game 1. Like, they I don't know. I don't want to say that they don't have the mechanics to do it. It's just, it takes a lot for a team to be able to do that.
And the crazy thing about it is in game 1, it looked a lot more realistic, where Blacklist could actually go toe-to-toe through the the sections of the game from early to late. This one, though, early game's pretty much gone, obviously in favor of TLPH. You're in the mid game now. That is also seems to be gone. You're not going to get this turtle at all from TLPH, and you're kind of left scrapping. All right, how do we find our pieces for the late game? And like you said, man, Blacklist, they just have to farm up, get what they can, and allow themselves for OHEB. And that's the downside, man. Like, obviously with Claude, when your team is struggling, it almost feels pressurous for you to be like, oh, I need to get the items even faster now.
Yep. But luckily, this is the Filipino sniper we're talking about. Kill 1 OHEB, world champion, multi-time MPL champion. He knows what the stakes are. He knows what he needs to do. It's just the whole team just has to understand. We need to get farm on OHEB. We need to get farm on Exort. You know what? That's what's difficult about Blacklist lineup. They need so much farm. Hell, I'd say even JN needs items. You know, you can't send Phobius with just like half-built items with Dreadnought armor, with like a jerkin with a pair of pants. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Vengeance, you're gonna get pretty much taken care of quickly, especially with the lead that TLPH has. And so you're wondering, Blacklist, this point, they kind of have to, they might even just have to give us the tier 2s, honestly, because if they force a fight under them, TLPH will win those fights. And you can see it here. Glorious Pathway going to be dropped down. Blacklist going to try to set something. Haji goes in, but they have the Nether Realm plus the Purifies, and they're going to get punished as MP the King goes down. Exort using the Dominator's Ascent, holds them at bay. Not enough damage to get a kill, though.
For the pull.
So Sanji gets a pull on Haji. Haji knows he's tanky enough. He's going to be fine. Goes off, but here comes Carlteezy. Uses the Retribution, and it's enough to get Haji down. Smooth with it for Carlteezy.
See, that's what 8,000 gold ahead buys you, Joseph. People watching at home. The only reason why TLPH didn't die is because they had much better items. And even if Blacklist turret there, the mid lane tier 2 had free hits on a majority of Team Liquid PH.
Yeah.
The kit, literally the items and the skills that Team Liquid PH are using just kept them unpunished. Look at this. The Infinix is the replay. Look, see? Any lesser team, this is even, you know what, this is even after the Glorious Pathway. And watch Carlteezy's Retribution slow him up just enough to help score the kill.
Yeah.
That was a Rift explosion, by the way.
It was. And off that, they get a Lord. There's no contest here, obviously, for Blacklist. You're massively behind. And at this point, you're in your base. You're in your base. You're on the defense. Back's completely against the wall. You don't have enough damage yet on anybody. I mean, taking a look at this, you can see Oheb's only got 2 items. He's got the DHS. He's got the Golden Staff.
Short of Trinity.
Short the Trinity.
He's a Corrosion Scythe in about a minute, give or take.
And Thunderbelt only, you know, here for Lord JM, like you pointed out. You're not going to be able to tank much with just the Thunderbelt.
Nope, not going to happen. So I give Lord J maybe 2 or 3 more minutes. A solid 2 items. Luckily, those are defense items you're needing, right? So those come cheaper, slightly.
This is tough, though. Lord making its way here, bottom side. Last Holy Shield, too.
Gold is gold.
Taking on this turret. They forced it again. And Glorious Pathway dropped down into the turret. They get the Nether Realm out. Carl Teasy is going to make his way here for the fight. Lord's going to work on the turret. Blacklist just goes back, heals back up. Should be able to clear the Lord out, but they lose the base turret on the bottom, and now the mid's going to be worked on as well.
Another one.
Finally cleared out. Conceal was used by Haji, but just kind of a check here as that mid turret goes down. MP the King takes a lot of damage. Will get dragged. Where's MP going?
Maximum range pull, Joseph.
You can hear the cavalry in here. They know this is a dominant game for TLPH.
They smell blood in the water. And all through that, right, the debacle from mid to bottom, Holy Shield up top popped as well.
Yep.
Because Blacklist had to address the siege from Team Liquid PH. They couldn't take care of the minion waves marching through. Oh, Sanford.
Look how, this is the thing, man. Sanford doing that right now, popping the Primal Wrath. That's how confident they are with the lead they have. And this has been the case for the entirety. Implosion going to be used, but what can they turn out of it? He just scoots on out through the Glorious Pathway. Haji dealt with, taken out alongside Exort, and that might have just done it. Punched in the ticket. Woo! TLPH waits for the wave to come in. Full on force with the cavalry will work on the base, and there's nothing Blacklist can do about it, as it's a sweep for Team Liquid PH.
That was initially a 2v5, Joseph, inside of Blacklist's base. But Team Liquid, they were up by about 11,000-12,000 ahead.
Yep.
That's what a cold lead buys you. Enough of a hit to wait for the rest of your squad to come in, punish.